I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. This is the place where we pull back the curtains and we delve into the creative process. And I am so excited because creative process, this is a global creative process. I have the beautiful Cyrielle Clair. I am so thrilled you're here.
I'm glad I'm here. Hello, Quinn.
Hi. Cyrielle is a world-class, famous movie star and television star and star of stage.
Also, yes.
Yes, and you've worked with so many great people, Christopher Plummer, Eric Roberts.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery, like.
Yes. Oh, so... Oh,
that voice.
That voice. And he's talking like this. He doesn't, you know, his teeth are very much like this, but he's so charming. He's really very manly, very charming.
So which film did you do?
It was Sword of the Valiant.
Oh.
He was playing the Green Knight, and I was playing Princess Lynette. It takes place around King Arthur.
Ah, how wonderful.
Yes, yes.
Oh, and that voice would be perfect.
Yeah, he was great. He was really a gentleman.
Did you learn a lot from him, being on the set? Or were you?
Not really. We had different scenes actually, but it was fascinating to watch him.
How exciting! And Eric Roberts, what film did you do with him?
It was called Killer Weekend by Fabien Pruvot, and yeah, that was very exciting to work with him.
What was that about?
It was about couples getting into a fight
over
a weekend, so Killer Weekend, and it gets really bad.
Oh my goodness!
Yes.
Well, and Christopher Plummer.
Oh, that was a series I did for HBO and
Canada, right?
And Canada,
yes.
And French channel also, TF1.
Was it shot in English or in French?
In English, in English, mostly in Toronto.
Oh, wonderful.
And oops, mostly in Toronto, and some of it in France, but very little.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and I have an anecdote that is so funny.
Well, tell us.
Yes, because...
We need all the secrets of the stage.
That's a secret. So they're preparing the set for the next morning, and the next morning is New York City.
Right.
So they do the staging of the streets of New York with all that it needs. Mm-hmm. And next morning we arrive on the set and it's clean. Like a surgical place, you know.
Of New York? The streets of New York?
Yeah, the streets of New York, because the Canadians are so sharp on cleaning everything, really, like, and everybody
so did you have to have a party or dirty it up?
Everybody was in shock, and then they had to redo the whole set again because they had to clean it. They did not understand, they should have left there.
That's so funny.
I bet next time they leave a guard on duty.
Yes, yes. So Christopher Plummer, what was he like?
Wonderful.
Didn't he recently pass away?
Yes, he passed away, I think a little over a year ago. And
what was the film that you did?
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike, yes.
Yeah, that series. He's great. He's really a fabulous actor. I enjoyed so much working with him. He was the boss.
Right.
And we were like, I was playing a con artist.
How fun.
Yeah, that was great. That was really funny. And I was, you know, because of the character I was playing, I was having different costumes. I was wearing lenses to have dark eyes like yours. And at one point, you know, the show was going very well, and they asked me, what do you want to play? You have an idea? You want to? I said, yes. I want to be Dolly Parton. With huge fun.
I love it.
A tiny waist and huge thighs. That was so funny.
Where can we find this series?
And they did it. It was so funny. And I had very bright blue lenses. That was so funny.
So where can they see it on Netflix or Amazon now, or do you know?
I don't know what happened.
Well,
that was a few years ago. It was HBO for the American
HBO,
part.
okay.
So maybe they have it somewhere in the doors.
Oh, I have to see this.
Yes,
this I have to see. And you and I are kindred souls. We met in Paris last year, and you do a show on the great Marlene Dietrich.
Yes, I have this privilege.
Yes.
I was asked to do Marlene Dietrich.
Who asked you to do?
By Pierre Cardin. Because Pierre Cardin, the great designer,
the great designer, and he did all your costumes.
He also is a patron, a mécène of arts, you know.
Oh,
so he has a theater, and he had hosted Marlene 3 times.
In her concert?
Yes.
The one with the Jean-Louis gown?
Yes. Yes.
Rita was Jean-Louis too. Gilda was
Well, actually, this gown that she's wearing is something she created with his help, of course.
It was like latex, wasn't it, or something like that? Was there?
No, it was like a tulle.
Oh,
you know, all the
yes.
diamonds and little feathers sewn on tulle. And you know Marilyn, when she sings, "Happy birthday, Mr. President."
Yes.
Well, this is 10 years after Marlene had her dresses made. She invented the dresses.
Wow.
She was amazing because she was asked to do a show in Las Vegas.
Right,
you
the
know,
great, yes.
to sing. And she had no show. She had only the songs she used to sing in the films.
Right.
And this guy calls her from Las Vegas and says, "Hey, Marlene, you're great. I want you on my stage, on my casino stage."
With a full orchestra, too,
and
wasn't
she
it?
says, "Me on stage, on casino stage in Las Vegas? You're kidding me? No way, no way, no way." I said, "Oh, listen. You know what? You're going to be paid more than Frank Sinatra." And they've all been here, the Rat Pack, Frank Sinatra,
Right. Was it at the
Martin, etc.
Sands?
It was called the Sahara Palace.
Oh, the Sahara, yes.
And then she thought it about over because she was very smart and she counted very well.
Yes.
And at that time, you know, it was after the war, so she was over 45, wrinkles around like, and then, so Hollywood just disdained her, and she only had some few offers and secondary parts. And then she got a chance
This
to...
made her a legend.
And she needed money because she was very generous. She was giving money to her husband, to her daughter, to friends when they needed it. She was a very generous person.
I want to show a clip of your beautiful performance playing Marlene Dietrich. So let's show them the clip.
Thank you.
Marlene Dietrich, votre nom débute par une caresse et s'achève par un coup de cravache.
Ja, mein Popo ist sehr gut.
Ah, Miss Dietrich. Moteur demandé. Ça tourne. Action.
C'est May West au téléphone. Dites-moi, jeune homme, c'est un revolver que vous avez dans la poche ou vous êtes content de me voir? Bei der Kaserne, vor dem großen Tor, stand eine Laterne und steht sie nur davor. Il y a un problème avec les Juifs? Garde bien toutes les cartes de visite, surtout. Je veux savoir qui n'a pas envoyé de fleurs. See what the boys in the back room will have and tell them I sighed and tell them I cried. Hitler en personne a donné l'ordre aux troupes allemandes de tirer à vue sur Marlène. Quand je pense à mes films, je pense à tous ces hommes que j'ai tenus dans mes bras. Laissez-moi, ne me touchez pas. Mais qu'est-ce qui te prend? Je te jette dans mes bras, tu m'embrasses, et soudain tu me rejettes? Je vous ai embrassé parce que je vous aimais. Pendant 1 minute. Gabin, c'est une de ces absences présentes tous les jours. Toutes les nuits. In love. I trust. She gave him a hand because she had kisses sweeter than wine. She had kisses sweeter than wine. Rien. Vous ne savez rien de ma vérité.
That was so fabulous. I love it. It's so visually
Thank you.
stunning. Did you write the piece?
I did, actually, because
Wow.
Pierre Cardin asked me to play Marlene.
So he just said, "Excuse me, Cyrielle, will you..."
I had played twice before in his theater. And he likes me a lot as an artist.
Of course.
And so because he had received Marlene 3 times, he knew her. And he said to me, "I want you to play Marlene Dietrich, to make her a living again. And you're going to be on the stage." That was her last time on a Parisian stage, on a French stage.
How fabulous.
In 1973. And I said, "I want you to revive her. And you can do whatever you want. You have carte blanche. I'll tell you stories." It was so funny.
Oh, how wonderful.
And then so I said, okay.
And so what with the multimedia, who created the multimedia, or how did you visualize that?
What do you call it?
The projection.
Oh yeah, the projections. So I picked some of the kitschy scene. Do you say that in English?
Yes, kitschy.
The kitschy
Yes, I love it.
scenes in her movies. You know, like the one you
With
saw.
the kissing.
Each time
I love
it
that.
makes me fast. She kisses. I say, no, I don't want to kiss you.
Right?
Why? I don't know. Just like this, you know. Very, very amusing. And so, because I have 10 changes of costumes in 1 hour and 15 minutes play, so it goes very fast. And
I need more changes in my show. I only do 4.
And to be able to change the costumes, I thought of having those little films in between. But I have...
That's what Lady Gaga did in Vegas.
I have 2 minutes chrono, you know,
Right.
not more, to change very quickly. So I don't even have time to go to my changing room. I have a paravent, a screen, on stage, and with my dressing girl. So we change very quickly in the back,
Oh,
and
how
then
fun.
I appear. Because
Love it.
in that show, I do 43 years of Marlene's life, because she's had a big full
life. Well, she became a star so young.
Actually, she was 30 years old.
Really?
Yes, but
I thought she was working in Germany before.
For 10 years.
Yes.
You know, but when she did Blue Angel.
Blue Angel. Yes.
With Joseph von Sternberg.
Yes.
And he was smart enough to do it in German and in English, because he thought, this girl, I'm going to take her to Broadway.
Wow.
To
Hollywood.
To Hollywood,
Right.
exactly. Then she went to Broadway later. But
What did she play? What did she do in?
She did some musical. No, not a musical, concert. She did a concert.
Oh, I see her.
She had
Legendary
a Broadway
concert.
concert. Sorry.
Right. No, that's
she did
okay.
some concert. But so it was very smart. So then she came. Oh, the night, the evening of Blue Angel came out. Everybody knew she was going to be a star.
Did she know it?
In Europe. She had the feeling, because he was madly in love with her. He filmed her like amazing. And then
she was his muse.
And yes, exactly.
What happened to him when she came to Hollywood, though? Did she continue to work with him or not?
Of course. He had her come to Hollywood, you know, and some studios like MGM, they had Greta Garbo, and Paramount didn't have a European actress. So he said to Paramount, I'm going to bring your star, I'm going to bring your treasure. And that's how he brought Marlene. And then she did Morocco, first film, and very quickly, they did the post-production very, very quickly. And soon after they released Blue Angel. And in 2 movies, she became an international star.
Wow. Wow.
She was amazing.
That's incredible.
And I learned working on her that she was the highest paid actress in Hollywood. Can
More
you
than
believe
Garbo at that time?
She became the highest paid actress.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That is so amazing. So when you were researching her life, what was the message that you wanted? What did you want people to come away with?
I wanted
learning about her.
To bring out, well, her brilliant career. She was very free. She tried to live very free. She had a free spirit.
She loved men and women too, didn't she?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And in Berlin, it was fine. Coming to Hollywood, it was much more tricky. And she had to play very smart. And she had to, well, actually, she had a husband who had his lover.
Right.
And she was, you know, they had an affair with Sternberg, but they all were photographed together. So that was fine, because she was with her husband. And,
right.
you know, and so they arranged things like this. And she fell in love with most of her male characters in her films.
Co-stars, right?
Co-stars,
Right.
thank you.
Wow.
So, you know, if you saw them together, that was okay.
Right?
Because they were doing the movie together.
Yeah.
And after movie too.
What were you, what surprised you that you didn't know about her?
The strength in her really impressed me. And, you know, she proved it during the war.
Yes.
Because she came to the, at the side of the Allies, you know, so the French, the American, and the English. And for 3 years, she was singing for the troops.
Right, I remember
for the
that.
soldiers.
Yes.
And she was very much, you know, and you saw pictures where she's kissing all those young soldiers on the mouth. But, you know, I said, wow, but why she was doing that? Because she says tomorrow they'll be dead.
Right.
Or they'll have 2 arms
cut off, right.
cut off or whatever.
Right.
So she really had this compassion
right.
For the, you know, my heart is here.
Yes.
And she really had a big open heart, and she had a big compassion.
And she loved
you know,
the United States. She loved America. She became an American, didn't she?
Yes, she was smart enough. So
how did she get that idea?
How did it happen? Because Hitler in 1933, he went to her and he said, "Oh, Marlene Dietrich, she already was a star, and you are so Aryan, with blonde, with pale eyes and pale skin. So you're going to be the emblem of the Third Reich." Yes, and we're going to bring you, you're the Nazi girl. And she said, "No way."
No way, right?
No way. And then she was bright enough, that was in 1933, she very soon after that asked for American citizenship, which she got a few years later, because the Americans, you know, Hoover also was checking on her very much.
I'm sure.
Of course.
Yes. Did he think she was a spy?
Yeah. He considered that. He considered that option.
Well,
absolutely.
Hoover was quite a character in his own right.
But then the result of that, Hitler put a contract on her head. And during the war, at one point, she was very close to the German borders, and she had to be rescued by English parachutists because she was too close to the border, and she was threatened by him. He told all the German soldiers, he said, "You see Marlene? Everybody know what she looked like.
Right, of course.
You see Marlene? Shoot her." Just like this.
Thank God nobody did.
Yeah, but she had to be exfiltrated. She was embourbée. She was, you know, in the mud with a jeep with Jean-Pierre Aumont, another one of her sweethearts.
she had a very full life.
A very full life.
Yes.
And she, you know, I think she fell in love so much with everybody because her father passed away when she was very young. And she was really looking for a father figure. And she was not like Marilyn, calling all her
daddy
lovers
or
daddy. No,
yeah.
she wasn't like this because she could make the difference.
Right.
And she was stronger than Marilyn. Marilyn is a fascinating figure also.
Marilyn,
but
though, was
so
strong in
fragile.
her, she's fragile, but she was strong in her own way.
In her own way,
she
you're
had
right.
to find her way to manipulate the system and to get what she needed.
Because she was very manipulated herself too. But Marlene, not as much. And she was, well, she was clever enough to go through all this.
Now, what is the setting of the play? Your musical, what is the setting? Where is it set? What is the scene?
Because I do 43 years of her life, so it starts in Berlin, shooting Blue Angel, and then Hollywood, and then the 3 years of war, and then Solitude, because after that there was...
Did she die in Paris?
Yes, she finally died in Paris. So then she had all this career in all the beautiful stages worldwide, where she was doing her concert shows, cabaret shows. And then she fell from the stage at one point in Australia in 1975. So 2 years after her last performance in Paris, she performed for 2 more years, and then she fell. And it was a wound where they couldn't
heal it.
And she couldn't walk, she couldn't stand on her 2 feet. Well, the director, the conductor, he was, you know, congratulating her, and because of the lights in her eyes,
she fell.
And there was a pit. She fell in the orchestra pit.
You know that happened to Anne Margaret too.
Oh, did
she had her whole face reconfigured.
Oh my God!
Yes,
so
she was doing. I think it was Las Vegas. It was either that or Radio City, and on the motorcycle, and somehow she fell into the.
So Quinn,
beware
with your.
Yes,
with your show, beware.
With the orchestra pit.
So, anyways, and then she, the last 17 years of her life.
17?
Yes, she was lying, Avenue Montaigne,
oh my goodness,
in her bed. And it was funny because she was cooking. She had all her books on one side. On the other side, she was a little cooking réchaud with a butagaz, and she was making her cooking. And she chose this apartment because it was right in front of the Plaza Athénée windows, where she had her most beautiful love nights with Jean Gabin.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
You
Jean
know, she was
Gabin
also
got
very
around.
romantic.
Yes. Wow.
Anyway, so
that's beautiful.
Very fascinating.
Was she alone in the very end?
Yes,
Or
very
she didn't
much
have a
alone.
companion or someone to look after her?
There was a journalist, a young journalist that was, kind of a slave for her. But he was so much in awe with her, in admiration that he agreed to that. But she could be also very nice. She could be still very tough.
I remember the story
very
of
nice.
in her Jean-Louis gown, for her concert, and she pulls is it a mink or an ermine, the white fur?
Actually, no, it's fluffy things like my little handbags. How do you call
it's feathers.
Feathers. It's feathers.
No.
So the coat is so light and it's feathers.
But I
amazing.
heard stories where she would go to the theater early and wash the floor. Is that true?
Oh yes, that's definitely
Because
true.
she
definitely
and
true.
now I don't
and even
feel-
and even her dressing room, and even when she would go to a hotel, even though she used to go to good hotels,
Right.
But she would come with the chlorine and she would clean everything
I
again. It
wonder
was
what that-
never clean enough.
That's funny. I used to. The reason why I know that story is that when I go to a theater or a club, I clean the piano.
You see?
And I'm like, I'm not. My costumes are just. I mean, they're not Pierre Cardin. They're Monsieur Wendell. I'm not going to lay all over the piano in this custom dress, without cleaning
but
it.
your fingers, right?
Yeah.
No, of course.
I know.
Of course.
It's crazy. What were there things within yourself that you identified with in her character?
Maybe some part of
Other
the
than your
humanity,
beauty,
the humanity she showed.
Yes.
Oh, I try to make up to the clothes, the things that that we have in common, and the things we don't have in common. We both have green eyes. We both love chocolate. We both love Björn Borg, the tennis man.
Ah, great.
We both love Baryshnikov. That was so funny.
course.
And we both have a military father.
Interesting.
Interesting,
Wow.
yeah. So, and we're raised with strict discipline.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
So, yeah,
interesting.
that was very interesting. But regarding the number of lovers, I'm far beyond. Never could catch up.
Well, she was definitely unique.
Unbeatable.
And people can. You're still touring your show.
Yes.
You were in the south of France. So you have to come to New York. I want to come to Paris with Rita Hayworth, and you have to come to New York
Yes,
with. Or maybe we could do
absolutely.
a double bill. That would be fun.
Oh, that could be fun.
I mean,
also,
really
yeah.
fun people.
Yes.
What was the process in terms of learning the music? Was it hard to sing like her?
Well, yeah.
Because she has such a.
She has a low voice. I
Yes.
have kind of a low voice too, but not like her. But the thing that I didn't try to be a singer. I'm not a singer. You're a singer. And I'm not a singer. I'm an actress that sings and who sings.
And you do it
She was
beautifully.
also, I just interpret. How do you
You
say
interpret.
that? Yeah, I
Yes,
interpret. I interpret, you
It's-
know.
I-
I don't try to sing like a singer. I just interpret with the.
Well, you're
because
telling the story.
She put also lots of emotion. When she was singing for the soldiers, or when she was singing for Las Vegas for all those guys.
Right?
She wanted to be, she wanted really them to be like in Tex Avery cartoons, like.
Right, with their mouths to the ground.
Yes. So.
Wow. So you're telling the story. I mean,
I'm telling a story.
I
and
think it's so important. That's we keep coming back to that. I'm working on my album now, and it's just telling the story. And it's not about, of course, it's about pitch and tone and being melodic, but it really doesn't matter if you're not connected to the emotion.
Strong women also that lived a full life and that have, asserted their womanship. Do you say that? Their womanship?
Womanhood.
Their womanhood.
But I like
Thank you.
womanship.
Their womanhood. That was very important because at that time it was not easy.
And the people were always fighting with each other, the other stars, and to get screen time or to get.
And that she was very friendly. I put that in the show because I discovered that she was very friendly with Mae West.
Really?
Actually, yes. They had their dressing room were next to each other, and she loved Mae West because Mae West was
Oh, yes.
You know, and she was not a hypocrite, she said. She loved sex and she assumed
And
it.
she was going to tell the world that
no
she did.
hypocrite, yes.
And Marlene Dietrich did too.
Oh, and another thing that was, couldn't put everything in the show.
Of course
but,
not.
she, you know that she was témoin, how do you say, a woman, when Edith Piaf got married.
Yes. Oh, she was the bridesmaid of
Yes, she was
Women
the
of Honor?
Yeah, Women of Honor.
Of Edith
Piaf for her last marriage.
Oh, my
second
goodness.
Marriage. And I found some pictures where you see Marlene, she's kneeling on the floor, trying to put the strap at Edith's shoe.
Oh, how
that
beautiful.
is so touching.
I have to
she
see that.
really adored Edith Piaf. And Edith Piaf was also those kind of very interesting woman, strong and fragile at the same time.
At the same time,
but
yes.
you know, but that's the sensitivity also of artists. You know?
I love it.
Yes.
Cyrielle Clair, I'm so excited you are
thank
here.
you, thank you.
You're gracing us here in New York City. You have to come
thank you
back.
for hosting me.
You
Yes,
must.
I will.
You must do your show here.
Yes.
You must.
And then I'll come back.
Yes.
And
then
tell you more about it.
Yes. And
But tonight I'm going to Carnegie Hall.
Yes. What's the quickest way to Carnegie Hall? Practice, practice, practice.
Now I'm just going to attend a show of my friend Christy Julian and
Wonderful.
with Alexander Rakov.
Yes.
And they're doing a piano and violin.
How fabulous.
Yeah, fabulous. And it's going to be Baroque and rock.
Well, I'm
be
going to be
great.
there too, and I
Yes,
cannot
can't
wait to
wait.
check. And
It's
people can go
soon.
to they can go to CyrielleClair.com to
Site officiel.
a
Officiel.
site officiel.
Yes, Cyrielle
Okay.
Clair, site officiel, and you see all my
Your films and your
history, all my
TV and all
films,
your
exactly.
theater. I mean,
Exactly.
you're just a force of nature.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It's
Thank
just
you,
wonderful.
Quinn. Oh,
yes,
it's lovely.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. Please join me at quinnlemley.com and sign up for my newsletter and my concerts. And if you like this episode, please share it and like it. And I will see you next time on Secrets of the Stage.